So I think there's like two slogans you might hear a Jewish person say that kind of sums up the general idea of why Jesus couldn't be the Messiah. They'll say something like "No peace, no Messiah," or they'll say "No king, no Messiah," and it taps into this deep root of Messiahism in the Old Testament.
I just want to point out he's using extra biblical comments to comment on the Bible.
What you
Or
talking
the
about? So
script.
what he just said?
What he just said, coming from Jews,
Right. Right.
non-biblical. Yeah.
Right. That's a good
Rather
point.
that are suggesting like these are the hallmark signs. But if you're a Christian and you grew up reading the New Testament, and you're not familiar with the Hebrew Bible, you might ask yourself, well, like why? Why are the Jewish people so steadfast that these need to be requirements? And I think the easiest thing to do is maybe just turn to some of the more obvious messianic scriptures, and I'll list a couple of them because we can't read all of them through the beginning to the end. But there's a couple that are really important that I think if people will just sit down and spend a little bit of time over the next couple of weeks and read a couple of these chapters, you'll have a better idea. Isaiah chapter 2 is a good start. Isaiah chapter 11 as well. I would also point the reader to Micah chapter 4 and 5. And Micah chapter 5 does come up in the New Testament. And then I would also suggest reading Ezekiel chapter 36 and 37, Jeremiah chapter 33, also Zechariah chapter 9. And then you can even see some kind of idea in the New Testament that this messianic hope for a king does really need to actually be a king, because it kind of gets mentioned in Luke chapter 1, and we'll touch a little bit on that later today. But also, if you want to ask yourself like, well, what's going to happen when the Messiah comes?